Hey, what's up? My name is Brad Billet, and today I will help you become extremely productive with Angular forms. Did you know I created this e-course about template-driven forms without any boilerplate code? Well, I open sourced the solution behind it. You can consume it on StackBlitz Codeflow, and you can view it on GitHub. Today we're creating this form in only a few minutes. It's completely unidirectional, it's completely type-safe with signals, and it has form validations, even conditional validations. Let's go! In this video, I will explain how easy it is to create a unidirectional, type-safe, template-driven form with model validations. Let's start by creating a simple form component. The next thing we want to do is create a model because we want it to be type-safe. Let's give it a first name and a last name, an H and an emergency contact number, and a passwords group with 2 passwords in it. Let's create a validation suite now. Let's create a validation suite with Vest. For that we will use the create function from Vest. Let's import the create function from Vest. And let's also import test, only, and enforce. We only want to validate one field at a time. Let's write a test rule for our first name. We enforce that model.firstName is not blank. Great, let's do that for last name as well. NH. Let's also do that for the emergency contact. But the emergency contact should not always be required, only when the person is not of legal age. Let's also check that the password is required. Passwords.password, because it lives in a passwords group. Let's do the same for confirm password. Now again, confirm password should not always be required. So when there is no password, we don't want to execute this validator. We don't only want to check the password and confirm password, we want to check if they match as well. So now we're going to check on the passwords field. Equals. Again, we only want to do that validation when both the password and confirm password is filled in. This validation suite looks easy enough. In here you see a directory template-driven forms where I added a lot of stuff that you don't have to write anymore, but we do have to import it. So let's import it here, template-driven forms. Let's expose the suite. And let's create a signal for the form value. Don't know why they're messing up these imports here. Now let's go to the HTML. Let's create a form tag. We can set the form value here. So let's go to the app component and use it here. In the form, you also have to pass the form value and the suites. So for the first name, let's create a div with a label in there. Let's give it the name first name and not use banana in the box syntax, but just ng model. Form value, first name. Let's add a span in here as well, first name. Let's also do this for the last name. Let's align them a little bit better. Let's do the same for age and emergency contact. Let's create a form group for passwords. And let's align this nicely as well. Now I want to see what's in my form and if it actually works. Now we don't see any validation errors yet, so let's use the SE control wrapper. Validation seemed to work. And let's add a SE control wrapper on the password group, but also on the password and the confirm password. For this scenario, I want to run every validator whenever something changes. So emergency contact is required, but when the person is of legal age, it's not required anymore. The same goes for password. Confirm password is not required. When it's filled in here, then it's required, and when we type something in here, we see that the passwords don't match. If you like this content, please press the subscribe button and I will see you in the next videos. Cheers!